Hello there, I'm Shilda Ismail. Muslim preacher Dr Zakir Naik has issued an apology to non-Muslims for the hurt caused by his speeches. In a video provided by his team, Zakir said that he is not a racist and his remarks were used selectively with fabrications added to them.
Even though I have clarified myself, I feel I owe an apology to everyone whose feelings were hurt because of this misunderstanding. I do not want anyone to harbor ill feelings for me. It was never my intention to upset any individual or any community. It is against the basic tenets of Islam. And I would like to convey my heartfelt apologies for this misunderstanding.
And yesterday, Zakir was questioned for more than 10 hours by Bukit Aman police and remained there past midnight. In a ceramah in Kota Baru recently, the preacher suggested that those wanting him to be deported because he is a guest should instead ask Chinese Malaysians, whom he described as all guests, to go home first. He also suggested that Hindu Malaysians were more supportive of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi than Malaysian Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad. Well, Zakir may have apologized, but it appears the damage had already been done, and police have banned him from delivering public talks across Malaysia, according to Malay Mail. The English Daily quoted Bukit Aman Corporate Communications head Asmawati Ahmad as confirming the order, which was issued in the interest of national security. The order to ban Zakir from speaking in public was reportedly issued via a circular to all police contingents nationwide. This comes after Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad said the preacher had involved himself in a racial politics and that he should not because he was a permanent resident here. So far, over 115 police reports have been lodged against him over his remarks. E-hailing motorcycle taxi service may be available in Malaysia soon as Youth and Sports Minister Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman is set to discuss the matter in a cabinet meeting tomorrow.
The point is there are hundreds of thousands of young people on motorbikes. I prefer for them to get a job, so that they can upskill and reskill themselves in the long run, get the capital to invest in their education in the future, then for them to ending up becoming mud rempits on the streets.
Explaining his push for motorcycle ride-sharing in Malaysia, the Youth and Sports Minister said this would create jobs for youth and enable them to upskill themselves and afford higher education. Yesterday, the minister announced on Twitter that he had brought Gojek founder Nadiem Makarim to meet with Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad and Transport Minister Antony Loke. The Indonesian company is considering venturing into Malaysia with its car-sharing services. On September 14, UMNO and PAS are expected to seal their alliance with a joint charter, and they are expecting 10,000 people to commemorate the event.
Walaupun tadi disebut 3,000 orang itu, maksudnya 3,000 full capacity dalam Dewan Dewan Merdeka, tetapi semua dewan-dewan akan dibuka dan disediakan kemudahan termasuk screen untuk dapat ditonton secara live di semua ruang PWTC, seperti mana dalam perkumpulan lagu juga, termasuk even outdoor akan ada LED. Maknanya kita menjangkakan himpunan ini akan dihadiri tak kurang daripada 10,000 kerana ianya terbuka.
UMNO Secretary General Anwar Musa said MCA and MIC leaders as well as past allies in Gagasan Sejahtera are also expected to attend the event at the Putra World Trade Center PWTC in Kuala Lumpur. Following their electoral loss, UMNO and PAS set aside their 68-year-old rivalry and forged an alliance which led to a hat-trick of by-election victories in Cameron Highlands, Semenyih and Rantau. UMNO and BN have 40 parliament seats and PAS has 18 seats at present. Moving on to international headlines, the situation in Hong Kong remains tense as it is gearing up for further protests this week.
想遊行嘅時候，佢出一個反對通知書，咁然後到我哋真係行出嚟啦，咁佢哋又做埋一啲濫暴啊，或者係濫用武力，或者可能啱啱咁不斷咁施放一啲催淚彈啦，令到可能甚至係一啲我哋平時行街。
This comes after hundreds and thousands of anti-government demonstrators braved heavy rain to rally peacefully on Sunday, marking a change to what has been often violent clashes. According to Slain Lai, a 22-year-old psychology student, the protesters aren't the ones causing the chaos.
聽取我哋抗爭者同埋普羅大眾市民嘅一啲需求，咁由6月去到而家最主要令到香港亂嘅人就係特區政府嘅。
And the movement still has brought support from other residents.
多謝。我上咗年紀，我唔可以咧衝上去前面，我亦都冇佢哋後生仔咁叻。如果我行上去前面，我盞俾人連累佢哋。我唯一可以做嘅就係 back up 佢哋，就係 support 佢哋，同埋喺度派水俾各位市民。多謝佢哋支持。
Police said on Monday that while Sunday's demonstration was mostly peaceful, there were breaches of the peace in the evening when some protesters defaced public buildings and aimed laser beams at officers.
香港亂係的確係而家係有少少混亂嘅，因為而家喺個民主抗爭嘅路上邊啦。但我覺得呢一個係喺抗爭民主嘅路上邊係必然嘅事咁樣。我覺得當風雨過後咧，咁一定會天清嘅。
Huawei continues to make headlines in the tech world, not so much for its latest smartphone, but its complicated relationship with the US government.
The United States Department of Commerce announced Monday that it will extend a temporary license loosening restrictions on business deals with Chinese tech giant Huawei for another 90 days. The department said in a statement that the extended temporary general license allows for, quote, specific limited engagement in transactions involving export, re-export and transfer of items to Huawei and its non-US affiliates. Noting that the extension of the temporary general license does not change the fact that Huawei has been treated unjustly, the company called on the United States government to put an end to this unjust treatment and remove Huawei from the entity list.
And here are some other news highlights of the day. That is all we have today. For more, log on to KiniTV.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news. I'm Shilda Ismail. Thank you for watching.